hour now has been blowing at that same spot for some time. Well, Mohamed Taha is from BBC Arabic and has been following the latest developments. Mohamed, so those shots that you just saw there of smoke, a possible strike by Israel, I wonder, just describe just how built up that environment is. I mean, the threat of hitting civilians must be so very high.
Exactly, Loquesa. It's one of the most populous places in the whole world, the Gaza Strip. It's very difficult to differentiate between civilian and military or spots of Hamas in the Strip. That's why when a strike happens like this, civilians would fall as victims as well. So the Israeli army said they targeted operational assets to Hamas, intelligence assets to Hamas, and a commander center to Hamas. And the result at the moment, as the health authorities in Strip of Gaza, as 416 people died so far in these attacks. And when we talk about targeting intelligence assets to Hamas, because of the scale of the attack that Hamas launched on Israeli territories, the unprecedented attack on the Israeli towns that are bordering Gaza, and how precise are these targets. For example, that musical festival where the fighters of Hamas managed to get there and kill the people, all the people in this musical festival. It was something really got the attention of the Israeli authorities. And also, if we think how the Hamas people managed to get through these towns and cities and arrive in a city like Ofa Kaim, which is like 30 kilometers away of the Gaza Strip, we understand the scale of this operation.
Now, there have been warnings, haven't they, that there are increasing numbers of Palestinians who are becoming displaced. They are trying to run away from the fighting. Where are they going?
They go mainly to the schools of the UNRWA in Gaza that are affiliated to the United Nations, hoping that Israel wouldn't strike these schools. But previously, the Israeli forces strike some of these schools, claiming that Hamas fighters are hiding in the schools. There is no place that could be a safe haven in Gaza Strip, but they are trying their best to leave their homes that they might be not very safe. And just I want to give you also Loquesa, an idea about the scale of this war, as the Wall Street Journal said that Iran might be behind Hamas operation, and the United States are redeploying their troops in the region. That might give an idea, because there are reports that American citizens are captive within with Hamas members in Gaza. There are Thai citizens are missing. The attack on Israeli citizens in Egypt yesterday, and the attack on the Israeli embassy in Colombia, that giving you the scale of how much international impact that conflict could cause.
All right, Mohamed, thank you very much indeed. Mohamed Taha there from BBC Arabic. Let's cross live now to Anna Foster, who is in Ashkelon in southern Israel. Hi there to you, Anna. I understand that you are outside an apartment block which was struck overnight. What more can you tell us?
Morning. Yeah, let me show it to you. This was hit by a missile fired in from Gaza in the early hours of this morning. And you can see the destruction. This was just a two-storey building. 9 of the apartments have been destroyed. You can see things like the children's toys there. You can see really the amount of damage that this missile has caused as it came into this building. This is one of the poorer parts of Ashkelon and not an area where people really had shelters to go to protect themselves. If you look up here as well, one of these apartment buildings just behind me, you can see again a hole that a missile has just punched through towards the top of the building. People are here this morning starting to clear up. We're talking to some of the people who live here. They're looking for things like milk and bread. They say that supplies are now becoming increasingly hard to come across because people are being moved out of these southern Israeli communities that have been devastated in the last couple of days. Fighting is still continuing in 6 of them, we've been told by the Israeli Defense Forces this morning. And as they move to try and regain control of this area, it is still an enormously difficult time for people who are here. I mean, all through the night last night, we had the sound of missiles coming through from Gaza being intercepted by the Israeli Iron Dome protective missile system, which you see, it looks like fireworks in the sky. You can see these golden points of light as they intercept the missiles, and then the really loud crack as they explode them. And then equally, we've heard, because we're very close to Gaza here, we've heard the sound of a full night of Israeli strikes on Gaza. They say that they've managed to, hit Hamas command posts, 7 of those, 1 Palestinian Islamic Jihad command post as well. And it really has been an enormously noisy evening. You can see, look, actually I can hear behind me there's a digger. They're moving in so quickly to try and clear this area. People have been coming back just to see what remains of their homes, to try and get some of their belongings out. It really shows you just how difficult things are for people here right now.
A lot of people have said that people were taken by surprise at this unprecedented ground assault. They're very used to the rockets coming and targeting them from time to time, but this ground assault is what has really shaken Israelis. With Mr. Netanyahu now saying that the retribution is going to be long and it is going to be difficult, what are you hearing from those that have stayed in Ashkelon? What's the reaction been to Mr. Netanyahu's words?